Good evening. I'm going to just tell y'all I'm frustrated, and I have to explain to you why I'm frustrated. So here we go. So when I started this campaign to become governor, it was because I realized there was a problem with the legal system. The reason I realized the problem with the legal system is because I was going through the legal system. I had been accused of abuse, and during that accuse, I had the proof to show that it did not happen. And the judge that was presiding over my case decided to say he didn't want to see it. I didn't understand why he said he didn't want to see it. And he elected to say, essentially, I'm going to send you through this program so you can get skills to be a better parent. Keep in mind, I haven't done anything wrong yet. I ain't abused nobody. But that's not the point. Everybody who testified against me testified that I did not abuse anyone. Yet I still was put through the system. So I knew there was a problem. This cascaded to yet another court for family court. Now this is where I keep telling people, hey man, something's wrong with the system. I don't understand how I'm in trouble for something I've never did and have proven. So here I go. Submitting documentation, submitting documentation. All the documentation is there. 1.5 years, 2 years worth of documentation is there to prove that I had never done anything, because they're using the abuse case to prove their case. The judge makes their final judgment February 3rd, 2023. All of the judgment said no evidence submitted for me to say that I should look at this any other way. I'm flabbergasted. I'm dumbfounded at this. Like, how is this possible? I submitted everything. I'm confused. Now, here we go. I'm pro se. Pro se simply means I'm doing this on my own, because I have the ideology that why do I need anyone else to tell my truth? I got it in front of me. I don't need to pay X amount of hundreds or thousands of dollars for someone to tell my truth. So I didn't pay it. Now, here's the issue. All of the evidence was there. The difference is that when you turn the evidence in to the clerk, it goes into the system. But you had to take your physical evidence and take it up to the bailiff that works for the judge. So all that evidence that the judge had access to did not have to look at, because the evidence wasn't provided to them. Now, nobody said that to me. Hey, evidence is in there. Evidence is in there. Doesn't matter. Never got looked at one time. Is it a loophole in the system? That's what I would call it. But what? It's frustrating, because now you got to hear this one. Judgment's made February 3rd, 2023. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, what the heck just happened? I submitted everything. Now I'm past my 30-day window. This is what I learned today, which is why I was frustrated. I'm past my 30-day window. I go to court again because I'm appealing and writing all types of stuff in here. Not appealing. I don't want to use the wrong word. I did not appeal yet. I'm writing this stuff saying, hey, they're asking for things, but I'm telling you that they lied this entire time. I don't understand what's going on. Again, I never put in a notice of appeal. So I'm past this 30-day window. Not a single person nor a single document I had mentioned a 30-day window to appeal for any reason whatsoever. Neither did I know that the reason the evidence was not looked at was because you had to send it in a specific way. So all that evidence that was there, not a soul said a word. Now, I understand why her lawyer team didn't say anything. I get it. I really do. Why would they want to see evidence that goes against their vested interests? Because let's be realistic. There's the idea that there's morality inside of this lawyer thing. Stop it. These people get paid to win, and they don't care how they do it. So if you don't know how to be a lawyer, you're gonna have a problem. Now, as an IT, my logic doesn't think like that. There's a problem, I find the solution. Doesn't matter what the problem is, doesn't matter who brings me the problem, I find the solution. And I do not find a solution for keeping it broke and a solution for fixing it. I only find a solution to fix it. That's it. So when I'm happen to be on a video conference with the magistrate, and I'm telling the magistrate, hey, I have all this evidence to show that your stuff is wrong. So the magistrate tells me, submit the evidence. Okay, so I submit. Then I get an email that says, oh, well, not from the magistrate. I get an email from the other plaintiff simply saying, hey, it doesn't matter what you submit. You're past your 30-day window, so they're not going to look anyway. Taunting the system because they've been told they're past your 30-day window. Now, understand this. The reason I'm so frustrated is I get on the phone with one of those like ask a lawyer people today. And I say, hey, I'm a little confused. I have a question. If you lie and you are found out to be a liar, if you missed your appeal window, does the lie stand? The answer is yes. There it is. That bothered me so much because I've grown up to hear terms like, hey, if you want to fix a problem, you need to get yourself in there. And I'm talking to people that do not want to fix the problem, but know it's a problem. The lawyer simply said the rules are effed up. That's what she said. She said it's effed up. I know. No, that's not good enough. It's not good enough for you to say it's effed up. How do we fix it? Do you know what I can do to say that this person knowingly lied? Well, best thing you can do is hope that the magistrate decides to look at the evidence and change their judgment. I said, so my hopes are on an individual that had everything they could have looked at for 2 years. They had access to it. They could have looked at it, knew the case was coming up, and chose not to do that. That's the person that I have to put my faith in, that they're going to do something right by me. It is probably the most despairing thing I've heard in a very long time. So when I tell you, when you go to vote and you are thinking about who you're going to put in office, who gets to appoint other people to offices, imagine how many people get appointed to these positions that are without good character. And I've asked a question in one of my videos. Are we at a place, or do we believe we're at a place where we should start to manage morality? And I think it's still complicated. But we have a problem with the law. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a problem with the laws. If you can lie, and you can be caught in that lie, but because you weren't caught in a timely fashion, and someone has to suffer because you lied, then everybody just suffers, is wrong. I don't know how you make that right. It's wrong. It's wrong. And it should be changed. And I have to appeal to the better nature of this individual to say that it was wrong, and see if indeed, knowing that they already did not meet my requirements, have done a good job. Because it is too simplistic to say, hey, you have 30 days to make an appeal. I wrote in my docket that I didn't see any facts, but if you're saying that you submitted this, go back to the courtroom and figure out how to submit your evidence properly. It doesn't take long. But instead, none of that came out. The only thing that came out was jokes and gestures about how long it would take to explain to me about what it means, or how long, or about the rules and regulations of law. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the equivalent to going to get heart surgery and the surgeon asking you, where do they make the incision? We are not here to do everybody's job. We're not here for that. And there are people who cannot afford to pay for what you learned. They just can't afford it.